Do you feel foggy, frazzled, distracted? Do you feel that you have a lack of focus? Do you feel unproductive? Do you have a lack of energy? Welcome to UVIVE, powering you. At the core of everything, energy is the fountainhead of all productivity. Research shows us that energy is the lifeblood for focus, perspective, passion, creativity, and hope, all of which are key ingredients to experiencing a more fulfilling life as well as achieving business goals. Did you know that Harvard has proven that 75% of job success is related to your positivity and not your IQ? In your journey with the UVIVE program, you'll be experiencing scientifically proven material that has been synthesized and simplified from multi-disciplines, including the public health sector, medicine, the U.S. military, and premier academic institutions, and that your journey is full of tour guides that are subject matter experts, international speakers, authors, PhDs, advanced certifications, but more importantly, they have a heart for helping others navigate life's challenges. Would you like more energy to go home with and more energy to go to work with? The UVIVE team and I look forward to seeing you soon. Prepare yourself for a journey that is proven, practical, and powerful. In the meantime, stay healthy and make it a great day. And I drove my family to the brink of bankruptcy. Yeah, that's what I did. But I'm coming home at night, and I'm walking through the door, and I'm seeing my beautiful, intelligent wife, and she's holding our 6-month-old baby, and we're down to $4,000. No. IRA's gone. 401k's gone. Starbucks money is gone. Do you hear me, millennials? Starbucks money's gone. I mean, this is brutal. I'm going to share with you some new perspectives that are going to unleash some new energy into that adversity and charge you guys up, power you up. So that's what I want to do for you, is I want to take a new perspective and give you a new lens that opens up your world to think about things differently. And without that adversity, there is no sense of accomplishment. There is no win. Eventually, life would become hollow and tasteless. As we step out into 2020, we've got an opportunity to stop, drop, and roll. We have an opportunity to think about what's going to be different for us. What should we be thinking about? What new activities? What new behaviors? And do I need to check up from the neck up on my mindset and my attitude? I need to talk to you about the state of the American workforce first, okay? Can anybody name for me 3 CEOs that are completely dyslexic? 3 billionaires that are completely dyslexic? Anybody? Anybody? Even though this slide says genetics are a source of happiness, and you're thinking, oh, if I could be 6'20", I could play basketball. I'm actually telling you there are people that have been born with less than optimal genetics that have conquered their adversity. One of the mindsets that were studied by Harvard was a term called positivity. And you should know that with all the junk that's going on and all the reasons for us not to be happy in the world, Harvard's now reporting the greatest competitive advantage in this world is having a positive mindset, having a positive, engaged brain. Because here's the truth. Are you ready? When you're stressed out, your reptilian brain, of the 4 brains in your body, the reptilian brain fuels with adrenaline. When you're stressed out, the reptilian brain fuels with adrenaline. Remember fight or flight? By the way, this is the issue with PTSD and all that. It fuels with adrenaline. When you're stressed out, it fuels with adrenaline, and it reduces your creativity dramatically. It reduces your ability to think clearly. When you're stressed out, it reduces your ability to think clearly. It reduces your ability to be innovative. It reduces your ability to be creative. It reduces your ability to communicate effectively. Harvard is starting to say, in all their research, the greatest competitive advantage in the world today is a positive and engaged brain. So what's happening, to be clear, is we're moving from the new age to the new normal. We're moving from the new age to the new normal. This is a new normal. And I want to prove to you how frail the brain is. I'm going to prove to you how frail the brain is. All of us get stuck in a pattern.
because we are being asked to do more with less. More so than it's ever happened, because the minute the phone was invented, everybody went, well, now you can do more. And because you can do more, let's give you more to do. And so what happens is what's made you successful is also impeding your ability to move forward. Let me say it again. What's made you successful is also impeding your ability to move forward, because what's made you successful is when you have to work fast because you've got so much to do, what ends up happening is you see a pattern and you fill it, right? We're doing at 8 o'clock in the morning in Dallas, we're doing 90 miles an hour in a 25 mile an hour zone with a competition ski boat behind us. And I looked over at him. By the way, he's carrying on a full-blown conversation, driving with his wrist on the wheel looking at me, but I've known him his whole life, and I know he's got all the surroundings in his view, but it's not a best practice. And I say to him, Jake, aren't you worried about the cops? He doesn't skip a beat. He goes, Todd, the only time I've seen cops is when I've gotten tickets. I've had a lifetime of that with him, so you just don't answer. It's not even worth the fight. When you're having a bad day, how do you pull yourself out of a bad day? Look around the room. Raise your hand if you believe that people can feel when you're positive. Raise your hand if you believe that to be true. So one of the most important mechanisms for human influence is to be in a positive mindset. Do you get that? How nuts is that? Here's the point I want to make. You're not supposed to be happy all the time. Get over it. That's a false sense of reality, and it might be making you unhappy. How crazy is that? It's crazy. 10% of your happiness depends upon the circumstance you're in that moment. So let's talk about that for a moment. When we talk about a circumstance that could really bum us out, I always think about Ronald Reagan's commentary about two brothers that were 12 years old, shared the same room when they were growing up, and they came home one day, and there was horse manure in the bedroom. And the first brother goes, there's horse manure in the bedroom, and it smells. And the second brother is just looking around, and the second brother goes, that means there's a horse. I want you to raise your hand that when you wrote down something you were grateful for, and it's okay if it didn't, but when you wrote down something you were grateful for, raise your hand if you sensed sort of a change in your emotion. Raise your hand. Anybody? Crazy. You should see the research on this. It's crazy. That research shows that your brain is running around with those chemicals, and when you're not doing anything, the brain seeks out the chemical that it enjoys the most. Guess what they found to be the number one reason for alcoholism? Boredom. Boredom, because when you're bored, the brain's going, well, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? What do you want to do? And a chemical goes, please pick me. The mind is a servant. It needs to be told what to do. If you don't architect positivity, you're not going to have as much positivity. And you've got a lot to be grateful for. I'm just trying to get your commitment to think about how you architect making yourself positive, because then your customer will feel that from you, and they love that energy. So here's the shocking information. In 2013, Notre Dame figured out, and then it was followed up in Oxford and in Cambridge. They figured out how the bumblebee flies. You ready for this? Two things you should know. The first is they use robotics to mimic the bumblebee because it shouldn't be able to fly. And they found that it actually beats its wings 5 times faster than any other insect in the world. Without adversity, you can't celebrate. And as you leave and you go to calibrate your game, you're going to be thinking about all the reasons why you shouldn't make some of these changes. And that's okay. That's also very human. What's going to be different for me? I know I'm going to get adversity. Bring it on, because with adversity, there is a win. Thank you so much for your time. It was so much fun to be here. You guys are awesome. Have a great 2020.